Yo, you know who it is? The Kid Cortez, Brooklyn. You now tuned in. B-Shine, we're shaking. I think honestly just growing up in Brooklyn, just the environment I was living in at the time. You feel me? Like hip hop was just an outlet from early. I was writing lyrics and, writing and coming up with schemes and doing all that. And the battles on the corner is just a part of hip hop. It's a part of the culture. It's a part of everything. And like I would have never guessed, like, my career would have took that turn, but it was a blessing, and it went from the street corners to the barbershops to the DVDs. And then once the internet really blew up, it was like battle rap blew up. So, it was just at the right place at the right time. And like I say, it's a crazy, crazy feeling to know that battling is where it's at, and I'm one of the main focals for it, and it's kind of keeping the essence of hip hop alive. A crazy one was with my man T. He was Dread, and I remember one day we was all on the corner on Myrtle and Taffy. There's a handball court over there. Everybody was out there. It's one of them summer nights. Everybody's there. Yo, me and this dude, he hopped out the car. Like, my man was like, son, I got chicken on my man. And the nigga came out the truck, boop, pulled up, niggas just smoking on the corner. Everyone was like, word? Cool, what up? Boom, me and this dude battled, no lie, for like 3 hours on the Ave. I rapped every single rhyme in my fucking book. Like, you feel what I'm saying? I had memorized everything. He did the same thing. It was crazy. And like, from there, that was kind of like how I got my respect in the hood. Because everyone was like, yo, that was crazy. You know what I mean? So, shouts out. That's why I still see him to this day if I'm in the hood like that. So it's like, it's crazy. Like, my mother and I are real close lately. You know what I mean? And I'm like, she, at first, she probably just thought it was a phase or something like that. But once I started traveling the world and stuff, it kind of like caught her attention. But what really caught her attention was my mother's like at her job, she had like this security guard officer that was cool with her. You feel what I'm saying? And he was younger, and he's on his lunch break in the room, and he's watching a battle. So my mother's walking by. My mother's like, you watching a battle? He's like, yeah. She's like, what are you watching? Just out of curiosity, he was like, oh, I'm watching Cortez and Disaster right now. And my mother just said, that's my son. And he was like, get the fuck out of here, you know what I mean? And my mom's just his boss. And he's like, man, get the fuck out of here. And my mother's like, that ass, nigga, like, that's my son. Like, what you talking about? She pulled out baby pictures. Dude was like, oh my God, you're Cortez's mother, that's crazy. So when my mother called me about that, it kind of like started, she started realizing then the trips to London, Canada. So, like, she's real happy about it. You know what I mean? She encourages it. And, as long as the bills are paid at home, like, she ain't really beefing. My son is taken care of. My bills are paid. You know what I mean? Like, my life is good. So it's like, she ain't beefing. Even still to this day, I just feel like I'm very, like, slept on. You feel what I'm saying? And I don't know what it is. It could be anything from being Spanish to just being from New York when everyone's gravitated to a different sound, the South sound, or, Cali cats. And, I guess it was just the era that I grew up in. It was like the odds were against us. But, like, the odds have always been against me. Growing up in Brooklyn, being Spanish, being minority, it's like it is what it is. So, I was conditioned for this. And, like, the biggest challenge is just staying consistent. Like, I love this life, you feel me? And I really love what I do. I do what I love for a living. So it's like the biggest challenge is staying consistent and getting to the next level and continuing to grow. I hate memorizing. Like, if you give me a contract and you give me a name, I'll write for the person. No problem. I'll write for them. I'll, you know what I mean? Whatever, talk my shit in the blogs, it's whatever. And it's never really about my material. It's more or less about me memorize. Like, I hate memorizing, bro. Like, it is annoying. Like, you gotta have your rhymes done to play it safe for the vets that we condition. Let's say 4 or 5 days, you have most of the rounds done. Unless you're like a great freestyler. But if you're technical, 4 or 5 days before the battle. And then when you're doing that, you really gotta like perform it. It's not just memorize it. Once it's memorized, then you move around. Then you look in the mirror. Then you look to the fans. Then you figure out how you want to say it to them. So it's like, it's got to be memorized. Once it's memorized, then you have to perform it. And it's like, that's the hardest part. That's the hardest part. And honestly, it's like, it's what makes or breaks a battle. I think a lot of us are talented enough to put on great performances, but your memory has to be there. Everything has to click. You feel me? In order to give the fans what they want. So it's definitely difficult. I think it's honestly that I just show my son a lot more stuff. Like he sees there's more to life than New York. You feel what I'm saying? Like he kind of like he's already opening his eyes. Like yo, there's a different life out there. You feel me? And it's like I just want to motivate him. Like yo, bro, even if I don't make it as a rapper, you see what I did because I had a passion in something and it allowed me to do certain things. And I just want him to have that same drive with whatever it is that he wants to do in life. Whatever it is, you feel me? Whatever career or field. So I think that's a good thing that I had me and him have those talks and he sees it. So he knows that, yo, you know what? If I apply that same type of hard work, I could get to certain things like that too. When I went to London, that was just like a crazy experience. I stayed out there for a week. You feel me? I went to Stonehenge, bro. I went to the castles. Like I went to different places all over. Like I went on a real tour out there. Like, bro, I don't know if I'm ever gonna see that again. You feel me? So it was like that was great for me. Just seeing Stonehenge. I Instagrammed it like boop. Everyone was like, get the fuck out of here. That's Photoshop. Nah, bruh. I'm out here. You feel me? like, not a lot of people could say that where I'm from. Well, I think first off, I feel the legacy within battle rap, I hope is much bigger. And we are the pioneers for it. And I felt like it was at the right time when hip hop was kind of losing some credibility or losing some substance. And I think we're forcing the mainstream to not only fuck with us, but also these writers gotta step their game up, their pens, you know what I mean? Like that skill. And not just your homeboy getting a deal. But also I feel like the legacy I wanna leave behind is like inspiring my kind, like the Spanish community, people from Brooklyn that just feel like there's nothing gonna happen with their life. You know, there's a lot of people where I'm from that feel like at 15, this is it. And I don't really want that. You feel me? So it's like, I hope I'm just a good example for it, you know? And there's a lot more to come with Cortez.